incorrect. Override denied. Your password is incorrect. Override denied. Program activated.
Hello and welcome to another Username Nerd podcast. My name is Mike Hewitt, and with me always I have
Jim Hewitt.
And we have a special guest. You want to introduce?
We do. Why don't we let him introduce himself?
No, introduce him.
Okay, fine. This is Kevin, our brother. Say hello.
How's it going?
You know what? You just take over the pod. I'm just kidding.
No.
Kevin,
take it away.
introduce himself.
What am
So-
I doing?
So Kevin has never listened to a podcast.
Heard a podcast.
Doesn't know what a podcast is.
Didn't even know we had a podcast.
No,
I knew you had a podcast.
But we've talked to him a few times about having him on, and he has recently started playing a little game.
I need a pen.
Really? None of those work?
Here, give me one. I'm
this
sorry.
is the level professional.
Dude, I thought I had everything working.
Well, tell him what we're talking about today.
We were talking about Clash of Clans. I've actually had a few people talk to me about, I listen to your podcast, but only when you talk about Clash of Clans.
Really?
I'm
Because
like,
I've had people
that's-
talk to us and say, I listen to your podcast, but I hate it when you do Clash of
Really?
Clans.
Yeah. No, I've had the
Hey,
exact
whoa,
opposite.
that's one of my good ones. That's a stylist. You can take that.
Okay, I like that.
This pen is old bottles recycled.
That's amazing. I thought it
B
felt
to
like,
P says
trash.
bottle to pen. Shut up. We're talking about Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans.
We have talked about Clash of Clans a lot.
But we have not talked about it in a while. I would say
Yeah.
2 years. What? It's 2016.
Wow.
I would say maybe 2014.
I think we've had a full dedicated episode to it. Was at your old house, remember?
Yeah, that's definitely 2 years.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
So
it's
lots
about
happened.
time. A lot's happened. It's fascinating to me. We've been playing for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Have
Wow.
you ever been playing anything that
no.
long? No, I know.
O-Game. You played O-Game for like 7
I
years.
did play O-Game for a very long time. But that's not as involved as this one.
No, it
so.
really isn't.
So go ahead.
Well, so I
Oh, the reason Kevin's here because he's become a Clash of Clans
I've
fanatic.
fallen hard into the game.
Yes,
he really has. Down the rabbit hole.
very down the
so
rabbit
much,
hole.
so much to where it's funny because you got a smartphone. When did you get a smartphone? A couple of years ago.
Yeah,
And I
probably 5 years after everybody else.
Yeah.
got their first one.
And it was funny too because he was like, I told him I was like, man, you get a smartphone, it's gonna change your life. I was like, imagine having
Yeah.
everything at your fingertips all the time. And I will come outside of my room sometimes. We live together. This is my roommate. I'll come outside my room sometimes, and he's just sitting in the living room. TV's off. He's just on his phone. Nothing going on.
Well, to his defense, I've seen you do that too.
Oh no, I love it.
Okay,
oh,
okay,
no, I'm
okay.
saying that's
Yeah.
awesome. It's great. And so you got a smartphone. You really enjoyed the experience, obviously, because everyone enjoyed a smartphone except for
yeah.
maybe Doug. It's like the only
Yeah.
stepdad. He doesn't.
and he
really like
has
it.
a smartphone.
He
now.
does, yeah. But
and he plays solitaire.
but I told you about Clash of Clans, and you were like, I'm not gonna
I
play
was
it.
resisting.
And I was like, no, man, listen, there's
Everybody
this game called
resists
Clash
at
of Clans.
first.
And you're like, no. And then our other roommate downstairs started. And I was like, listen, I said, Mike.
First of all,
Zach,
I
me?
remember it. He told me the same thing, and I'm like, okay, sure. KKK right there. Clan. It already
I
has
know,
clan
that's
in
what
it.
I thought. But you inevitably started playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And now at this point, I think you're almost caught up to me. I've been playing for 3
very
years.
close.
I don't know if
And
caught
you're-
up to you, but better than you for sure.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And you know what? I have no problem admitting that.
You have
either.
done nothing the last 2 years.
No, that's not true. When I
No.
got back
Very
into
few.
it,
No, he
Very
got back
few.
into it. For
I
a
got back
little
into it. I
while.
started upgrading turrets. I got all my walls to the same level. Turrets, not turds.
Turrets.
I started upgrading turrets.
That's cannons for.
Well,
Sure.
no, I did my cannons. I got all of my hidden Teslas up. I got all my walls to level 8.
This is going to be a different podcast than most because normally we're talking back and forth. But as I was just thinking, we're all looking at our phones,
Yeah.
not really communicating.
I'm sorry, what?
Exactly.
Well, and also, it's just when, okay, if you've listened this far and you don't play Clash Clans, I'm sorry.
You're already gone.
Yeah. If
Gone.
you're still listening, man, I'm sorry. I
But
mean,
it's okay because
Play.
But you need to play.
It's
Sure.
on the Android marketplace. It's on the iTunes.
It's funny
Marketplace.
because I started. So roughly about when did you start?
I've been playing just over 6 months.
Yeah, it was when you hurt your leg.
Yeah.
My gosh.
Just over 6 months.
About 9 months ago. No. Yeah, about 9 months ago. About this time last year, I
Yeah.
left my old job.
Yeah.
My boss, which is Zeus,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
we got into a clan, just me, the three of us, and I'm like, let's get into another clan. So we got into Brandon Sanders. I don't know if you
remember
know
because
them.
you left.
And I left because they were kind of. I wasn't in every
Well, first of
clan.
all,
I was in every war.
We had a clan. We have a clan called Username Nerd.
Right.
And I was the clan leader
yeah,
for
we
a
need to
long
talk about
time.
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah. If you want to join,
Yes.
Yeah,
feel
totally.
free.
Definitely feel free.
We
But
need players.
we had Username Nerd, and we had about 40 people.
And then
But they all
just-
disbanded. And if you notice, you probably don't know this, but there's another clan called Username Nerd 2.0.
Oh, really?
And it's a
Wow.
bunch of people we don't know.
no,
Dave left with them.
Dave spun off on it.
And they like revolted and left because
created
we
their
were.
own-
I was
Wow.
I was just collecting and farming, and
Yeah.
you weren't playing at
I
all.
was done.
And I was trying, and a lot of Zach I think was on there. Tyler
No.
was on there. It was a lot of the higher levels.
yeah.
I was gonna say adult, but no, higher levels. I don't know why. Higher
Well-
levels were just not playing, and it was ruining the wars.
And so they started their own
They just
splinter.
left.
So they left. Do they war at all, or
I don't
No,
know.
on that other
There's no way to get a hold of them.
in that in Username Nerd
Right?
2.0, from what I understand, they don't war.
They did.
They don't even fight. They just
They-
farm.
Okay, because
so
they
they're
did.
just
They
sit
were. They
there,
were.
come
They
to you
left
once a
because
day.
we
Yeah.
were warring and we weren't winning because
Well, they left
all
'cause they
the
were boring
older
too
ones.
much, is what I thought.
I don't have no idea. Anyways,
Either way, there's another.
I just thought that was
Username Nerd out
interesting.
there. But yes, if you guys want to join our clan,
Don't
please
join
send us a
Username Nerd
message.
2.0.
2.0.
Just username.
The original. You want the OG Username Nerd.
And I'll put this out there: if you just say you heard us from the podcast, and we'll let
We'll
you
what?
in.
We'll let you in.
Why not? We'll go to 50 right away.
Yeah, why not?
Not really.
Yeah.
2 people will
With
show
all of
up.
our 2 listeners.
Hey, man, those 2 people could help.
Well, so
Well, we have a lot of listeners, but because it probably tuned out, they all
Yeah,
listen to the Game
they're
of
not
Thrones
listening,
one and
yeah,
the Star
exactly.
Wars ones.
So
Anyway,
let's
sorry.
real fast for anybody who hasn't played Clash Clans. I'm just going to run through this real fast, and if I miss anything, let me know. It is an overhead sort of village farm kind of game where you can build defenses and you can attack other people's villages, but as well you can join clans of people who can donate troops and help support you in other ways. But then also you can fight other clans as well.
It's a reverse.
in wars.
It's a personal reverse tower defense game.
You say tower defense. It's really. I know we've talked about this in one of our original podcasts. It's a hard thing to define.
I mean, that's what it is. It's a tower defense. You
No, tower defense. I think rails when I think tower defense,
rails.
like a game on rails. There's a path, and they come through, and you can build towers. to-
Okay.
I don't know. It's the closest
I
thing
can
to
see
describe
what
the
you're saying
genre.
there. I can
It's the
see what you're
closest
saying
thing to describe the genre. So you're right. But basically, that's the game in a rundown. And so you have all sorts. It's set in a medieval, mystical sort of setting. You have all sorts of different troops that you can upgrade, and it's really an in-depth game, especially since when we first started it. It
And I
has
was-
grown so
Yes.
much.
And I was talking to Zeus about
Crazy.
it, and I was like, "Do you know all the stuff that was in the past? Like, there was a time where." Man, I was trying to remember some
Oh,
of the things
man.
I was telling you. He was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like there
Yeah.
was no spells, there was no dark elixir,
Oh,
there
yeah.
was no. It was cannons and archers.
Uh-huh.
I think that was
Wizard
it.
towers. It
Wizard,
had wizard
no,
towers.
there was no wizard.
There was in the very
It would
beginning.
no. It was just mortars.
Oh, you're right.
And then they added Wizard's Tower. That was amazing. I remember they added the Expo.
You have always had air defenses.
You've always had air defenses. The hidden Teslas were that was
That was
added.
new, yeah. I
Wow.
remember in the very beginning of the game, man, I was like, why would you ever upgrade your mines? Because I was just going out and attacking
that's
people
right.
just constantly. It was insane. Like, I was like, why would you ever upgrade? Because that's all I had to do to get more money.
Mm-hmm.
That was also the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
And I know that, and there's
And
been
you
a few
fell
changes.
for that. I remember I came in about 2 months after you. I came in
Yeah.
about October, and you started in August is when
Yeah.
it starts.
I was of all of the people that we know, I was the very first person to start playing it.
Yeah, I know.
And it's so bizarre because I'm so far behind now.
And the first thing you told me was don't level up too fast.
Yeah.
Don't do your town hall too fast. And that it worked.
Really good
with me.
advice, right?
Yeah.
But I do remember in one of the upgrades, there was this huge shift in the economy to where
Kind of like the recent one we'll get
Yeah.
to talk about in a second.
I mean, it
that
was
one.
just so upsetting, and I almost quit during that, and everything
That's
else.
right. I remember you.
I have
There's a
almost quit
podcast where
several
you
times.
ranted.
Yeah. I was
You just
I'm
ranted
so
for like
sick of
20
this,
minutes.
So stupid. It's just dumb. Yeah.
Okay,
anyway.
so let's talk about what do you
Well,
have?
first of all,
do you have an agenda?
what would you say is so let's get into the questions. What would you say is your favorite aspect of the game, just in general? What do you like most about this game? Is it fighting in the clan? Is it being in a clan? Is it
I
just
think
fighting other
it's-
people? Is it
For me, it's fighting in the clan. Now,
being
granted,
part of
it
a
is the
group?
most frustrating part
Yeah.
of the game as well.
It is very frustrating.
But I like that the best. As far as farming, going out just collecting resources, I might do that once a week, just so I can keep.
Okay,
all
so
my
it's not
builders
like an
going.
everyday thing for you. It's on a regular cycle though.
Oh, I'm on it every day, 2-3 times a day, no problem.
Yeah, I'm on it twice in the morning and at night.
Okay.
Definitely those two at least to collect my resources. But I played for a year ago. I played for a year of really doing nothing. All I did was collect, and I wasn't attacking at all. And that's why if you see my Archer Queen is like level 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was a whole year of I did nothing but just collect and
And upgrade your
upper. Yeah.
Queen.
Which
What
it's
about-
hard to do it now with
Yeah.
wars. I mean, it's
Well, so-
nonstop.
That brings me. Let's say, and let's just run through my questions real fast. Then we can. I know you guys have a lot to rant and rave on, so I just want to get through some stuff real fast first. But what would you say is your most frustrating part of the game if you only could pick one? The most frustrating.
I'll say
thing.
so. Going back to it, it was farming and stuff like that. I didn't even finish. I'm sorry, I didn't even notice I finished.
No, you're fine. Sorry.
It was farming, but recently it's been warring in the clan, and it's the best and the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is. I forgot. I didn't even. I
Yeah.
didn't even say one. Mine is base setup.
Yes,
I
you
know that
do.
sounds really weird, but Kevin,
Yeah.
you can stay with me a little bit on this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but
It's a lot of
well,
work.
you take it to another level.
I do.
I
Just focus so high on the base level that I lose track of other aspects of the game, and I'll admit that.
I have 2 accounts now. I have a Town Hall 8 and a Town Hall 7. They both just got to that level, and
You have 2 accounts?
yeah, I've got 2
What's your
accounts.
second account?
67
I know,
vet.
I told you,
Gotcha.
he fell down the rabbit hole, man. Let me tell you.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So base design, it's like
I'm just saying that's where I have the most fun in the game.
No,
I know that's
understand.
really odd to say, but
No, no,
it
that's
takes
that's
so
what I
definitely
enjoy the
long though.
oh yeah. Well, so that's funny too, because if you're talking about like things they didn't have, sorry, I know I keep, but things they didn't have, they
We were just
base
talking.
setup.
I was just talking to Tim before the podcast
Yeah,
about
apparently
how
my
he's
level-
Welcome to Chili's.
super quiet, super loud.
Okay.
Oh man.
No, we're not gonna explain that. That's an inside joke, and it's just anyway. The base setup. You remember the base setup? There was no saving multiple copies.
No,
of the
there
base.
wasn't.
There was no base editor.
Because you would come across somebody that you would notice that they were halfway and they
Halfway through
stopped.
building
So
a base.
all their walls were on the side.
Oh,
Everything
yeah.
was put on the side.
Yeah,
It
look.
was- yeah.
That
I
was
mean,
great.
my Town Hall 7, all my new
Well-
walls are along the edge.
But no, I'm saying like before you could save stuff and
You had to
go-
move it
you
all
had
out of
to
the
move it all out of the
way and then
Man,
move it over
I
one
missed-
piece
yeah.
So
at a time.
you'd come across somebody who didn't have time to finish, and it was just like their town hall and a few defenses.
It was
and you could
great.
tell everything was just lined up around the outside
Yeah,
of the edge of the
and they
map.
were all categorized.
Yeah.
Like here's all
Here's
their
all
mines.
my defenses. Here's
yeah,
all,
it was
yeah.
great.
And so those were easy picking games. Okay, so what is your most frustrating part of the game? If you had to pick just one thing, and I'm not talking recently, let's not say the most frustrating thing in the new updates. I'm saying overall. Now, Kevin, yours might be the new recent update because you haven't been playing very long. But Michael,
Go ahead, Kevin. You go first.
yeah, this should be good.
Man,
If you had to pick one thing,
It's hard. I mean,
that
yeah.
frustrated you
Pick
the
the
most.
one thing except for that thing that really frustrates you.
You can do that. No, that's fine. Well, listen, for Kevin especially, since he's only been playing for a while, if that, go ahead. What's the without Just what's the thing that frustrates you most?
It,
Absolute most.
town halls that are upgraded too fast.
Okay.
In my
interesting.
clan. Within my clan.
Yeah.
So not something you did, something else.
Something. other
Something,
people did?
yeah.
Yes, I understand that. That is
Well,
definitely.
there's a really good team
Yeah.
aspect in this game,
And it's
if-
funny because, oh golly, Exhausted and Sleeping Beauty, which
Yeah.
are the same person. That's our cousin's wife. What is that? A wife, cousin-in-law? I don't know.
It's cousin's wife.
I don't know. That's the first thing she said. She's good. She's done all her research, and she was just like, boom, boom. She's like, oh yeah, you don't. Yeah,
Really?
she's schooled Jake.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So she knows.
So-
Yeah, it's funny how some people pick it up and some people don't.
Yeah.
They just go left and right.
Well, and I've had talks with like our roommate Zach, who we've talked about recently. He's upgraded maybe a little bit too fast, but I've had talks with him about that, where it's like, man, you shouldn't,
And it's
you
hard.
definitely want to, and it's hard, yeah, because you want the satisfaction of upgrading.
Going
more
to
turrets.
Town Hall 10 after 9, 10, and 11 are tough
Yeah.
because you're like, do I
Okay, yeah.
make that jump and not have all my archer towers and all my
Well,
cans
so let's
maxed
explain.
out?
So for people who might be new to the game or people who don't know, and maybe there's some people who want to play this game and they don't know it yet, and this is going to get them into it. So why would you not want to upgrade too fast? What's the downside of upgrading too fast? Just
Well,
explain
it all depends.
matchmaking, like it
Yeah,
affects your
matchmaking.
Especially
And-
with the new update, the matchmaking is going to be more comparable to where your town hall is, and not so much. And I mean, it still will have to do with trophies, but you're not going to get attacked like the 7's not going to get attacked by a 10
Right.
anymore.
It used to be. Oh, really?
Because I have not played.
It'll still
especially since
happen,
this
but
recent
the
update.
chances of it are a lot less.
It
now.
used to be warring. If you attack somebody that's even with you, what is it, 20%? You get
Yeah.
20% of their stuff. But
if it's a level above or level below, it'd be-
80% of their mines, but 20% of their storage. But if you hit somebody, say you're level 10 and you hit someone at level 11, or you're 9 and hit someone 10, you get like a lot more. You get like 40%. If you had found those people, and so I was at 10, and so I was either getting 20% or lower. And if it hit someone lower than me, so if I'm 10 and I'm hitting 9, I wasn't getting anything.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing. If you're not a fighter, if you don't just go out and attack, for you're not warring but just attacking, it benefits you a lot not to jump too high.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry not to diverge too much, but this is something that this game kind of did that because this was the first game of this style. Also, there's many imitators now.
Yes.
In fact, it was almost a year after they released this game, they released the code for it,
Right,
And there
and
was
everybody
a bunch
copied.
of, it spawned off like crazy.
And they're
But
still
one of-
buggy. I'm like,
Yeah.
they give you the code and you're
I
still
know.
buggy? Come on.
But the one thing that this game did I thought was kind of unique is if you win or lose battles, you earn trophies, and you could. They call it camping. So you would send in one guy, purposely lose trophies
Yep.
to fall down the rank, so that you could be like a level
Which I
9,
did.
10 town hall,
Oh, and
but
people
you'd
still
only
do
be
it.
going up against low level guys. Is that still a possibility in this new update?
Oh yeah, it's happening like crazy now.
So
That people are going down?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm
Well, that makes sense because let's just talk about the new update because
Yeah, that's fine.
I think everything feels to be run around that.
I agree.
So go ahead and explain the new update.
Well, I don't. This is the guy.
Okay,
That's
explain
why
the
they
new
had him
update.
on,
Go
man.
for it.
He
Okay.
knows his stuff.
new update. Town Hall 11 came out and took away Town Hall sniping. Town Hall sniping is
Man, that
Yeah.
sucks too.
yeah. A lot of people
Are
don't
not-
like it, but that's not changing. From what I hear, Supercell is like no, and
Right.
Supercell is the maker of the game. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not going to change that.
What do you mean
Because
they're
they
not gonna
said
change it? Like,
they're
oh,
not-
they're not going to.
They're not
put
going
it back in the game.
go
Yeah.
back.
Gotcha.
And what they did,
They're not going to peer pressure and go back.
and what that is you put your town hall on the outside, so somebody will just come, destroy it, and you get a shield for 12 hours.
Oh, that's right. Because if you kill someone's town hall, it's an automatic victory. So you can
Yeah.
destroy one building and not have to fight anything else, and
Exactly.
still get victory points.
Anymore, you don't.
Are you okay?
You can still
I just saw
Yeah.
how much they made.
oh,
Supercell
What?
Supercell
makes $2 million a day.
Yeah, they in 2014 they made 1.5 billion dollars, and in 2013 they made a $500 million.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
insane.
insane. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Remember it? Okay. So anyway, town hall sniper.
I'm sorry.
Town hall sniping. You put your town on the outside. Somebody comes through, destroys it. You get a shield for 12 hours, which is great because you don't have to worry about getting attacked.
Yeah,
you can have all
so
your
you're literally
You only really
going into
attack
shield,
twice a day.
right.
and you're keeping all your resources intact as well,
Mm-hmm.
theoretically, because if they just attack your town hall and leave.
So with this new update, they took that away. You don't get a shield unless 30% of your base is destroyed, and town hall included or not. So that really pissed off a lot of people.
Yes.
Well, and
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. I mean, it feels like that's a really big game changer to camping. People can't really camp so much anymore because that's how you stayed low on the trophy rank, right?
Exactly.
Yes. I am shooting up. I can't go down fast enough.
Zach, our roommate, had the same problem. He
And
said,
I'm like every 5 minutes someone's hitting me and they're not hitting my shield and they're just boom boom boom. They're taking my resources. I'm getting shot up and I'm going 500 points up. So it totally makes sense that people are just dropping one and
Yeah.
going down.
well, so also wasn't there something else with shields?
Which is also making that person go up, which is causing more of the problem. It's snowballing on
Yeah.
itself.
Well, in this recent update, wasn't it? Because it used to be also that you could be in shield, but as soon as you hit attack, to
Oh,
go
yeah, that's the
scout
other thing.
other
That's
people.
another big thing.
So it would be you would go scout, and as soon as you went to go scout, you would automatically drop your shield, whether or not you attacked or not. So now, what's the case?
now you can
What? Yeah, that's the other thing. Real quick, what is the difference between a guard and a shield? I have no clue. Do you know what I'm talking about?
there's a guard. Guard is active once your shield is down.
Okay.
It's like it depends on which level you're in. It's basically a bonus to your shield.
Okay.
So it depends on what league you're in. If you're in a higher league,
Mm-hmm.
you'll get more of a shield. So if you're in like Masters League,
So-
you'll get a 2-hour shield.
Right. And
At the end of your
yeah.
12 hours or whatever.
For everyone out there, that banging is he's talking with his hands.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like shush you. Like, what are you
it's fine.
doing? Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Not a big deal.
Anyway,
It's my first time.
I just popped. Okay, we're good. We're having all sorts of technical difficulties. So explain the shield again, because I
Okay.
was.
Yeah, there's
Oh
a
my
guard
gosh.
and a shield, and I think if you have a shield, you can get rid of it early and get
you
some extra
can
guard.
you can totally get rid of your shield anytime you want,
Uh-huh.
but you also have the option to go out and look for players without
Mm-hmm.
breaking your shield. And then once you break your shield,
Interesting.
once you decide to attack,
Right.
it will be 3 hours cost for your first attack. And then it'll be 4 hours for your next attack. So if you have a 16-hour shield, you could do
You could whittle away.
you could do 3 attacks and still have a little bit
Okay,
of a
so
shield
it's not
left.
3 and then 4, which is 7. It's 3 and then the next
It
attack
cost
is
you 3
1
hours.
hour.
No,
So it's 4.
it costs you 3 hours, and then the next attack will cost you 4 hours.
That means that whittled 7 hours.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of nice though. I
Yeah, I
don't know,
agree.
I like that.
Yeah, you can do 2 attacks and still have
Yeah.
3
Because
or 4 hours
shields
on
is
your
now
shield.
more important
Yeah.
to me because you feels like you never ever had
So
it.
then I think the important thing to note there is, do you think that's enough of a countermeasure for the ability to not being able to town hall sniper anymore?
My question:
You know what I mean? Do you think they added that to kind of counter?
why do you think they added that? That's the question.
I think
have.
they added that because they took away the ability to win with just destroying a town hall.
I think there's more to that.
No,
What's your
okay.
theory?
Why they took away the
It's town hall sniping.
town hall snipe? Because they said 80% of all attacks were town hall snipes.
Right.
80%.
But it's been like
Yeah.
that for 3
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, exactly. And I've heard a lot of discussions about how, okay, you put this out there, this ability to town hall snipe,
Right.
and
now
you leave
take
it in
away-
you leave it in the game for 2 years, and then you take it away. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Now that seems like such an unfair advantage to people who have been.
You know
in it
why I
forever.
think? I think it's money.
oh yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
no one would buy. Why
You're
would
right.
anybody buy a shield?
You say that, but Dave would buy weak shields and just.
I've
farm.
bought one shield. I bought a shield the second this new update dropped for a week, because I wanted to see how's this going to
Yeah.
go
Right.
without town hall snipes.
But then again, also you knew what was coming out in the update before it came out.
I bought it.
well, no.
Listen to me. Embrace your nerd here, okay? Because he's not really a nerd. He's a mechanic. He works on cars. He's been a very manly influence on our family. Embrace the nerd here, Kevin.
We're trying to get him to play
You
D&D.
knew.
There's no way.
No, there's no way.
Nope. Nope.
He draws a
I
line
will
there.
shove this microphone through my ear.
But not a lot of people would buy it because
You're right,
I would
no.
never buy it. I only
You're
bought
right.
it once, and you know why? I gave it to Eli too early to pop the bubbles, which finds out, and all of a sudden, boom, boom, he bought it. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm never gonna get that back. It was a lot
That
too
sucks.
of gems, and it was at a point where I was building them up because I wasn't buying them because
Yeah.
everyone was giving me crap for it, and then
I remember that.
I remember those days.
Kevin, have you spent any money in this game?
Um,
You don't have to tell me how much. Just yes or no.
yes.
just
Let's say, have you spent
no,
over
a
$5?
little, no, a little.
Look, what-
Medium or a lot? Just in your mind. You don't even have to
in,
tell us.
in my mind,
Oh, well,
a little.
A little?
He played one game, which we've
Yeah.
all played that one game, where it's like, oh, I spent way too much money on that freemium game.
I've played a game
What
to where
one
I've spent.
well, I'm saying we've
Oh,
all
just
had
any
that
of them.
one
Yeah.
game. I remember mine was
It's always your
Battle
first.
Nations. Yeah.
It's your first.
Where I was
Yeah,
like,
it was my
oh,
first.
man.
It's
actually.
always your first, then
I
you
think
learn
it's-
your lesson.
Good
It's been a-
times.
Yeah,
then you
a
play
lot
your
of
second game and you're like, wait a second,
did
I
do
wasted
this?
a
Yeah,
lot of money for nothing.
exactly.
But
Eh.
the one thing I like about this game is
$1.5 billion. Go ahead.
if you do spend money on this game, it goes a long way. If you,
Oh, yeah, I remember
if you
saying that.
spend it right.
Yes.
As opposed to other
Definitely, when you
games.
start out, I think the number one thing you should do is build 5. If you're going to spend money, build it 5 huts.
Spend $5, get the gems to build 5 built.
Yeah, it's
five
about
No, it's
20
more than
bucks.
that.
It's at least $20.
Well, oh yeah, you're right.
The
you're right,
fifth
right,
one
right.
is $20.
Well, what I did was
I think you can get away with it.
And what you got to do is
$30.
you do it enough, and then you do all of your achievements, and you get that one achievement to where you can spend $5 more and get the builder. At least that's the way it was in the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Because
but that's only
that's if you're not spending gems on anything else.
that's your third. Your fourth one's $10 more, and your fifth one is $20. So
Oh,
you
you're
can get
right.
your third one for free.
No, you're
really.
right, because I had 4,
But it's like
for
$30
free,
bucks.
and I eventually ended up spending
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Or spending on 5.
Yeah, you had 4
Yeah.
for. That's
For
how
a
I caught
long
up with
time.
you guys in the very
I do remember
beginning.
that.
Even
Well,
though I was only 2
also-
months behind.
No,
and-
hang on.
Go ahead.
I remember for a while there, you were like, you're very budgeted, you're very conservative with your money, and you were like, I can spend $5 on lunch. So I think it was like, I can spend $10 on lunch. So what I do is I spend $5, pack a lunch to go to work, and then I
Exactly.
spend $5 a week on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll buy my gems 50 at a time, and this last one has lasted me
50
over
at a time.
how much is it to spend for
$50 at a time.
Yeah, $50 at a time,
Ah.
and it'll last
gosh.
me. This last batch has lasted me almost 3 months. So
That's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do the $20, and it lasts me about a month and a half. So it's
Oh,
about
yeah.
about the same.
you just
I
got to
don't
be
buy
smart.
gems.
There's one time I did buy the $100 gems, which was a lot, and
Yeah.
that got me my golems from square one all the way maxed out, and
wow.
time wise.
Really?
And that was for Brandon Center's. They needed somebody with golems and I started researching. I'm like, that's the only way I'm going to win, being at that level.
Yeah.
And
Well, so let's talk about
I
attack.
didn't tell my wife, and hopefully she won't listen to this podcast.
She doesn't listen to our podcast.
That was a year ago. Psh.
Does she listen to our podcast?
She listens to the one she's in. She
It's
loves
funny 'cause
those.
I remember listening to one of them, and like she was yelling at the kids upstairs, and we could hear her through the walls. And I was like, "Oh, somebody's in trouble." I was like, "Missy, she's mean." I was like, "Wait a minute, she listens, but fair, fair
But
and
very
kind,
fair.
but mean." Anyway,
And then there was one time you told Eli you didn't like his song.
I do. I
heard
just
that.
listened
You
to
just
that.
did that one. Yeah.
he'll be fine with it. So let's talk about attacking. What
Actually, let's
There's also-
call it there. We're at 30.
we're at 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's keep going a little bit more.
Let's go with the second one.
We got a lot to talk about.
Okay.
I feel like I could talk a little bit more. Do you have anything else you want to throw in here just to wrap it up?
Well, I mean, we'll
First
go to the
time
second
podcasting
podcast.
ever? Well, I mean,
Okay, go for it. No,
that
go
seems
for it.
awfully short. We're usually about an hour.
No, we're not.
We're usually like 45 minutes to an hour, aren't we?
35 to 40. Go for it. Go for it.
okay. No, I feel like we should end it now.
No.
The one thing that I've really
You
enjoyed,
both are just now into your phone.
the feel. So let's sit in silence for.
Okay.
The one thing I really have enjoyed about, and this isn't the most recent update, but since I started getting back into it, is your clan castle can hold resources from.
That is different.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
such a good idea too. Like
It did hold it before, but not as
not
much.
as much. And honestly, it was to the point where you say that I haven't been doing anything because you're a jerk, but I have, and the only reason I've been able to is because of fighting in wars and building up
Which
the
you
bank and the. Okay, not recently.
don't do.
I realized about halfway through the podcast too. I'm like, I'm gonna feel so bad because I really have not been playing this game recently.
Yes,
but
we all
there
know.
was a good chunk there when you were like, "Hey, do you enjoy this game?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll try it again." And I
True,
got
you
in
did.
it, and
You did bounce back because you
now,
were gone.
I lost meds during this time, so once I get meds back, it'll be back in it. I'm sorry. We all know what ADD Tim is like on meds.
yes.
And it's funny because the realization of I'm gonna feel bad came when the meds kicked in today. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna feel bad. But we started playing again, and yeah, that's the only way I was upgrading buildings is by
Was to-
saving up the money in that
in the clan castle, yeah.
And that's the only reason. That's the because I
Can
never
they
attack
take
anybody.
money from the castle?
Yes, they can.
They can
Yeah.
now. Were they not able to do that in the past?
Because you told me they couldn't.
I felt like they couldn't take it, or maybe it was.
I
Just
don't think
because
Oh,
it was
mine
as
in
high
the
as the
center.
percentage before.
Now it feels like they can take everything. It's
Yeah.
just like, anyways.
Well, also, if you win in a war, what is it? If you win a war, you get the entire bonus
Right.
from what you
And
fought.
before you only get like 10 or
If
20%.
you tie, what was it 30?
Tie, you get 40%.
There is no
and-
ties anymore.
Yes, there is. No, there isn't. Sorry.
You,
They
you
got rid of
tie.
it?
Well, they got rid of it
Oh.
because if you tie, it's the damage percent.
Really?
That,
yeah.
you
That's
really-
interesting.
Really?
Wow.
That's been around for a while.
Yeah, and I haven't. I'm telling you.
Okay.
And if you lose, you get 30%.
If you
Let's
lose, you
go
get
to the next
30%.
podcast.
Okay. Well, that's not bad.
Jeez.
It's not bad. but-
Okay. Well,
which we happen to lose most of the time.
so we're gonna come back in episode 2 of Clash of
Yes.
Clans with Kevin as well next week. But let's talk about a few things. You can contact us at comments
Whoa.
comments at
at
UsernameNerd as
usernamenerd.com.
contacts.
Contacts. Yeah.
Comments at UsernameNerd.com, or you can go to UsernameNerd.com and fill out the contact us page. That's another way.
What else? We got
You know what we should do is we should probably take some pictures of our actual stuff and put them up in
The
the
website?
image on the website.
That's a good idea.
Like
Our camps and stuff. Yeah.
you can
If
also
you
go ahead.
seriously, if you're in Clash Clans and you don't have a clan, come to
Yeah,
us.
definitely. Or if you're in a
'Cause-
clan you don't like your clan,
Yeah.
come. 'Cause
If
we're
anything,
looking for good people.
If we don't have a spot, they'll kick me and you can join.
yes,
It's fine.
No,
It's
we've
honestly, it's
got a
okay.
list of people.
Totally.
We can
Yeah,
keep, so.
I mean that's fine.
Totally fine with that.
Also, have we gotten anything on the YouTube channel yet?
No.
Have we done anything on that yet?
But
That's okay.
we have changed. We
We've-
have Username Nerd. We have Username Nerd, the Minecraft edition,
Okay.
is up and going. We changed that name. That name was Minecraft, the OCD solution.
Yeah.
We changed it to kind
It
of
was a
pull
good
it
idea at the time, but
underneath.
now-
Yeah, it was kind of pull it underneath. It was hard because there was so many
Yeah.
people with that name, so we tried to find a name that
Well, and
standed
you
out,
had
but
a-
just wasn't.
You had a really good day of having an umbrella of username
Yeah.
nerd, and I like that. So
We are also going to start another username channel in the future. For we're probably a month or two.
Yeah.
We're still working on the
Hey.
studio. It's getting better.
it's free.
We're
So,
getting
I mean,
video up, and actually, yeah, we might be very soon having some podcast videos up of us playing board games.
games, yeah.
So that'll be good, and we'll have board game tutorials, and we're starting a news section. Also, we will be at Comic-Con, Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City, Missouri, the best city on the planet.
and it is a lot
Very
of fun.
and Kevin is just shaking his head. May 20th through the 22nd.
He said he's going to come one day this year.
Oh yeah. Have you started on the
design.
layout?
I had to find my iPad. I could not find my iPad, so I plugged it in, and I'm ready to because that's the only place I have
Good job, good
Photoshop.
job.
I
Good
was
work.
started on it. Come on.
Yeah.
But
and
we've some things we tossed out there are the videos of us playing games. If you guys like that, shoot us some comments. Let us know. Also, you talk about the news thing.
Well, what
just
we
so we
want
can
to
get it
do
out
is
there and
a
see what
very
people think.
short news of not local news, but also national news.
or national nerd
Most of
news.
it's going to be national news, but
But-
very once in a while we'll hit stuff that's local. But
Yeah, and you know
yeah.
what? I've been thinking more and more about this because at first I was like, who's gonna, we want listeners all over the world, but
Correct.
we have a lot of listeners that are local.
Yes.
And so you know what? If we want to do some local stuff, what's so wrong with that?
And we have if you live in, I don't know, say Florida, and you listen to it and you probably move here.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to move to freaking Kansas City?
I was like, you know what? Maybe we'll encourage people to move here. So those are some things we got going on.
Man, username nerd at usernamenerd.com at Twitter. At username nerd
for Twitter.
Is
Facebook?
I don't know.
What
There's
Facebook
so
is.
many different things.
Well, and literally we have the Facebook, but we made it so many years ago, and I gotta figure it out.
Right.
That's my bad, listeners. I'm sorry.
But there is a lot of social media out there. I think we just promote a few little things.
The Twitter is going to be a big one for me recently. So if you guys have Twitter, get on that. Get on it. So I would say, actually, Kevin,
why
we
don't
have
you
a
say that?
catchphrase that if you ever listen to us, you would know.
Sorry.
It's you need to say "stay nerdy."
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy. Just kidding. Go say it one more time.
One
It'll
more
be
time.
the end.
Do it.
I couldn't help myself.
Stay nerdy.
Okay, stop. Don't go to the next YouTube video or channel or skip or don't do anything. Real quick, 5 seconds. We have 3 different channels. Please subscribe to them. Username Nerd News, Username Nerd Comics, Username Nerd Games. We have separated them out into 3 ones. Choose all of them or just one to subscribe to. You'd love it. I promise you, we'll give you great content. It'll show up in your feed. You'll love it. Just real quick click. It doesn't take but a few seconds. You'd be awesome. Thank you. I mean, you are really awesome. Thank you.